Howard Paul Shore versus the banks regarding his fraudulent mortgages. Here's an update. Howard, tell us what's going on.
It's been really crazy. I've been contacting a lot of government agencies, as I stated in previous videos, because I need to let them know that I'm still experiencing fraud. My loans are still not the way they should be, like other people's. So I am contacting about 20 to 30 different government agencies, and I want to discuss some of the agencies that I've already contacted, because I'm sending out a lot of emails and letting you know, as well as the audience know, of what kind of responses I'm getting in progress, whether it's good progress or bad progress. We're here to let everybody know. For example, I'm going to start here and discuss the California Housing Finance Agency. When I contacted them, they told me that they only help people with owner-occupied properties, and they referred me to the Department of Business Oversight, who I've already contacted. So every letter I have that I'm getting back from any agency, I'm keeping, and I'm just going to let you know what notes I've taken and what I've done. This is what's happened so far with this company.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to keep all of your notes. That's very important.
Oh yeah, yeah. With Chase Bank, I tried to file for a bank loan modification for both the properties. I sent out about 44 pages for each one, and I got contacted back, and basically they told me that they were missing some of my documents, which I don't know how they could, because I gave them everything. So I have to give them, for example, they want 2 rental receipts from each property for the tenants, and then they wanted something else. So I have to, you know, get those documents, and I have until May to submit them. But there's still no guarantee that I'm going to get modified, because the bank's already turned me down several times already.
Yes.
I don't trust the bank. I just feel that they play a game with people.
So as of right now, you have to send in some more documents.
I do, yeah, but you know, it doesn't matter whether I do or don't. They call you every 3 days, and they just pester you. I have 2 guys, one that's in charge of one modification, and one that's in charge of another. They cannot tell me they're going to modify me. They can just collect documents and they pass them on to other people, and they keep calling you every 5 days, and they read a script. They'll tell you, we're calling because you owe money, and this is for a collection of a debt. All calls are monitored, and all this crap. And they repeat the same script every time you talk to them. It's like a broken record. It's amazing what goes on. Many people don't know, and you're going to find out more during this show.
What other information do they need from you when they call you every few days?
Well, I sent them a lot already, but like I told you, they want rental receipts because I have tenants that live in each property, and then they wanted what was it? It was something else that they wanted. I can't remember what it was, but that was the main thing that they wanted, you know. And I think they wanted some kind of proof of my income or whatever, but I've given them all that. So I think right now, just get them the rental receipts, and hopefully that will solve the problem. But you know what? Even when they get everything, there's still no guarantee of being modified.
Okay, so right now it's just kind of going through the motions. That's how you feel, or
getting them the documents that they asked for, and then seeing what they do next. You know, it's such a joke. But maybe there's, you know, some kind of a miracle that will happen. Maybe. You know.
Were there any other agencies or facilities that you called or contacted?
I spent a very long week working probably like 12, 13 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see. What do we have next? Let's see. Oh, this one was a good one. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is known as the FDIC, they have told me, after I sent them about 1,000 different emails to all their employees, somebody contacted me back and told me that back in around September of 2008, there was an announcement made in the newspaper that that Washington Mutual Bank failed and went under, and that during that time, anybody that suffered a problem because of their, you know, fraudulent loan, like myself, you could file a claim. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I just found out within the last couple of weeks that I could file a claim and see if I can get other damages, or get somebody from the FDIC to go through those, you know, those original loans and fix them for me and modify them. So somebody within the company was talking to me over the phone and gave me some valuable information that I could use to compose a letter, because I had to send them a letter to explain why am I filing so many years late, and give them a valid excuse. So I did that, and then I sent 2 big boxes of documents to them to Dallas, Texas, and maybe there's hope.
So there's more paperwork that you have to do. So this is almost like a second job, you know,
Yeah.
trying to keep up with all these agencies and
Yeah.
paperwork that you have to take care
Well,
of.
with the FDIC, it was just a couple letters that I had to send out,
Okay.
and then the rest was just 2 boxes I had to ship through the United States Postal Service to get to them.
All right, and you've taken care of that part
Yeah.
already.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
been
you're
done.
so you're waiting back for information regarding that.
To see if they will do anything about it. I would say my chances are probably 50-50.
Okay, that's 50-50.
It's better than nothing, right?
Right. So, any other agencies that you had to talk to?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this was not a good one. This is from the bank. This woman, her name is Rhonda Skeeton. She works in the Chase executive office. Well, it's not really their executive office. It's a satellite office, but they tell you it's an executive office. So when I filed a complaint with some of the agencies, they forwarded my complaint to her, and then she contacted me to tell me that we're going to do an investigation. But the investigation is not really investigation. It's another game they play. So they come back to you in a couple weeks and they tell you, Mr. Shore, your loans are fine. There's nothing that we can do about it. They're already trained to tell you that. It's like a script. The only thing that she told me to do was apply for modifications, which I already told you. I've already applied.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, with them, with the executive office of Chase, it's a dead end. They can't do anything, and they won't do anything.
So she called you back then and
to tell me that my loans are fine, that they're not fraudulent. It's a lie. It is a lie. L-I-E.
Oh, wow. Anyone else that you've contacted?
Of course. And some of the agencies I may repeat a few things because maybe there's things that other employees of these agencies have told me. So I'm just here to blow the whistle and spill the dirty laundry, right?
Yes. Well, we're back. We're back from our break. And notice anything different? Well, it's certainly not Howard Paul Shore's mortgage situation, but he's going to tell us more about what's going on. Any other agencies that you've contacted?
Absolutely. With the Business Consumer Services and Housing Agency, which is one of these California agencies, they told me the J.P. Morgan Chase Bank is a national bank regulated by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, which I already know that.
Yes.
And so they said to me, it should be filed with them. Well, guess what? I've already filed with them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you in a moment what happened with them. I did not have a good experience with the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency.
Oh, my.
They do regulate Chase Bank, however, they do not want to help me. You'll find out why in a moment.
Oh, my.
I know.
Oh.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
Office of the Comptroller of the Currency.
Yes.
I refiled again my complaint on their website. You know, I had to do it several times because they only give you so much space to file a complaint. They give you like 1,000 words or 1,000 characters.
Yes.
So I had to keep going back onto the form to get my whole complaint on there.
Wow.
Anyway, they basically have said to me that my case has been filed before. They closed my case because if you're in litigation with the court and an attorney, then they claim that they cannot get involved. Well, by litigation, that when I went to court against the bank, that was about 3 years ago.
Yes.
That's over with. So why can't you help me now?
Yes.
There's no response. They told me that we're not going to respond back to you anymore. We're not going to email you. We're not going to call you. They don't want to have anything to do with me. Like I'm a criminal or something. Can you believe that? They're supposed to help people out.
Yes.
What are they there to do?
And this is the
Office of the Comptroller of the Currency.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyone else you've talked to?
Of course. Continuing on. The Virginia Department of the Treasury, they basically said to me that they cannot help me.
Oh,
so that's, wow. Okay. I have another note, and this is from, let's see, this came from the Federal Housing Finance Agency.
Okay.
And they said that they do not regulate Chase Bank and refer me to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. And I've already contacted them already before.
Okay.
So I'm already, yeah, and like what they do, which I've explained before, is, on the other show I said that the Consumer Finance Agency, they contact the bank, and the bank contacts me to tell me that they can't do anything for me. It's kind of a joke. They kind of make sure that your bank is supposedly working with you, but they cannot force it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it is right now.
Anyone else that you've talked to?
The Federal Housing Finance Agency, which I may have already mentioned before, this is just a receipt saying that they received my complaint.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Anyone that you got a big response from?
a big response. Well, let me just go over what other responses I got. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which I already discussed, who already has my complaint, they just said to me that the bank has responded. But so what? The bank responded, but the bank never said, hey, Mr. Shore, we want to work with you. The bank has not said that. So,
wow.
That's that. Let's see. The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau has said to me that if I don't agree with the bank's response, which I told you they've done nothing for me, I can dispute their response on the website. So I did dispute it with the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. And then they're going to contact the bank again to see if the bank would want to do something different. Okay, so let's see. I got another one from the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau which states they are acknowledging that they received my complaint from the Federal Reserve. Oh, yeah, because when I contacted the Federal Reserve recently, they told me that they could just forward my complaint over to another agency, that they cannot help me. A lot of people like to forward things over.
I see. Just kind of, you know, everyone's pointing the finger at somebody else.
Because they don't want to do any work. They don't want to deal with it. Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. I got a letter here from a Cheryl Lee that told me that she is not the right person and referred me to their website. And I did go to their website of the Federal Reserve Bank, and they told me that they cannot help me, that you need to go back to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. They're all pointing the finger at this one agency, you know, and they know who I am. Here's another one from the Federal Reserve Consumer Help. It says here, they are forwarding my complaint to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Obviously, we already know that.
Right.
All right. Here's another one.
Okay.
You said, do I have something big to tell you? Well, I don't know if it's news breaking, you know, if it can go on CNN News, but it's definitely on my news channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us what happened.
Springboard is a company that handles credit counseling.
Yes.
You know, and I was interviewed by an intake worker, and basically there's a Making Home Affordable program, and she was interviewing me to see what programs that I would be qualified for. And she basically told me to continue to work with Chase Bank, trying to get modified, and I should ask them for an internal loan modification to restructure my loan and lower my interest rate. Well, if the bank wants to do it. The bank doesn't have to do it. She also said that if I don't get anything from Chase Bank, then I could apply for a program through the FHA and ask for what they call a short refinance. So maybe there's hope with them.
And then what agency was that again?
That was a credit counseling agency, and she was
Springboard.
Springboard, yeah.
Okay.
And that's
some news.
It's through Obama's Making Home Affordable program, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, this is one credit counseling agency that can, you know, that can advise you over the phone after they interview you, which took about an hour, and give you advice on what to do. So they gave me advice, and I printed everything out.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay.
So let's see who else is left. Again, the Virginia Department of the Treasury. Melissa McCollum told me to contact, again, the lovely Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Who hates my guts. Okay, they don't hate me. They don't want to work with me. You know, but she also told me something new.
Okay.
You should also file a complaint with the California Attorney General's office.
Oh, okay.
It's on my list.
Okay.
That's for a future show.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you and I may be discussing that in the future.
Okay.
Okay, who's left?
See how that's going. And who else you have?
Let's see. The Federal Reserve Board basically told me to what did she say? Oh, she just says that we received your complaint, and I don't know. It just says that they referred me to contact the Federal Reserve. Aren't you the Federal Reserve? Who knows? I guess that was a no-go. Okay. Well, I have just about 3 more places to discuss.
Okay.
We've got here a Jeffrey Cagnassi called me and told me that he's from the Treasury Department. He told me that they only investigate the IRS, and told me that I should contact the Federal Trade Commission. They are somebody on my list.
Okay.
For another future show, the Federal Trade Commission.
Federal Trade Commission.
Don't forget to contact them.
Okay.
I've got 2 more places. The Department of Business Oversight, who I talked about earlier in the show, I believe, they said they do not regulate Chase Bank, and referred me to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Yeah. And they also told me that they sent my information to them, but they're probably going to delete it or throw it out. And last but not least, we've got here the Federal Reserve Consumer Health Center. It says here that I should file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which I already did. So it's, most of these agencies, at least on this list, have pointed their fingers at, oh, it dropped, it's okay.
Yeah.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to work with them, and maybe the Federal Reserve Board, and the Attorney General's office. You know, the other agencies like the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, they can help me, they don't want to help me. They have put me on a hate list, or what you call a blacklist. It's the truth. They don't want to deal with me. They block me from dealing with them. Even though they're supposed to, even though they can, they don't want to. So, what do you think I should do?
Well, it sounds like you do have some positive responses there, or some information.
Some
Information where you have to send off. More paperwork or more emails.
Correct.
Start with those. Start with the places that give you, you know, a cracked door, you know, and work with them. Like you mentioned, Springboard and maybe 2 other places, and just put your foot forward, and see what kind of responses that you can get, or maybe some comments that can help you move forward in another direction.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a start.
You're right.
You moving forward is the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, you can't just stop. You know, you have to just continue to move on.
Right.
If
you want to get it handled, you want to get it taken care of, keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I think you're doing a very good job.
If somebody doesn't want to help you, you got to find somebody else. Am I not right?
That's a good idea.
It's a numbers game. It's almost like winning a lottery.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
So many losers and very few winners. It's true.
So, what would you say has been your best advice out of all of the agencies
for this week?
This week, yes.
And this is the truth from my heart. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, because they taught me something that nobody else has taught me, and it was because I sent about 1,000 emails to every employee that works there, because I have access to this information.
Yes.
It's because of my hard, aggressive efforts that one person in the whole company came forward and told me something from the inside that you could have filed a claim back then and you could still do it today. If it wasn't for him, I would not know about it because nobody else has told me.
And who was this again? What agency is this?
The FDIC, which is
FDIC.
they came back to me and told me that, and then he referred me to another man, and he talked to me over the phone. He did not have to give me that information. He did not have to. He did it for me probably because he felt sorry for me and because it may have been a favor.
That's wonderful. That's a start. That's a start. Someone was, good enough to give you some good information.
Yeah, so basically I think I have a 50-50 chance. So, you know what? If something could be done, the next show may be my last show. I hope it is, so we can do something else.
Yes!
Right. Yes, we can, right? Yes, we can.
So thank you so much for watching part 3, and stay tuned for part 4 regarding the information and going forward with fraudulent mortgages. We're doing the best we can.
We are, and we'll continue to work